So I saw your male counterparts over here. It got me thinking, if each of you had to cast your role to a male actor, who would it be and why?
Oh. I didn't know it was so hard. That's hard. I don't think I can even answer.
I'll wait.
That's a tough question. Dave Grohl. Are we talking about voice actors or like live actors?
You can do anything you want.
Like, I'm sticking with Dave Grohl. He's a rock god. I choose Johnny Young Bosch. I don't know, he just strikes me as very male-ish. I mean, in a bad way. I don't know. Woody Allen? I think he'd make an excellent movie. No, I have no idea. Yeah, I can't think of anybody. But if you think of somebody, you let me know, because I take this question seriously. I'm blanking. Who's that guy who was like, this guy played like Stifler? Like William Scott, like he had like 3 first names. Right. No, not him, huh? Not John. What? Yeah. Because I see how he's like kind of goofy and could be klutzy and like, I don't know, he might be an okay Huey, I think.
This wouldn't be for any specific character, but my favorite voice actor in like Japanese is actually Seki Tomokazu. So I just cast him as everything. He did all the voices, female or male, or whatever.
That's a great question. I wonder.
Hi, I was wondering, who's your favorite character besides yourself?
Mine's Ritsu. Mine's Mio, I think. Yui. Asa.
Great, and
Rio, I guess.
And one more thing, did you ever end up like completely cracking up and not being able to do the line when you had to go?
So many times. So many times. We should record more and more too. The power of... We translated it so that it would be more, yeah.
Can we hear you guys say it?
Huh? The power of cute compels you, or the power of cute, I think. Compels you. The power of cute compels you.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Since you actually mentioned that you do musicals and like musicals, and since you're already doing the concert, have you ever thought of expanding this more? Christina, I know you've already done certain things with music and live action, actually like as the characters, and even in some cases like musicals, somewhat parodies that actually be done in live events.
I mean, Keon, the musical.
Mm-hmm.
Keon? I don't know.
And other things like that, what you're working on.
Do what? Like, do like a whole like live show, like a K-On musical parody type of thing. Want to do that, or? I think it would be fun, but like K-On's very like, it's very like real life. Yeah, it wouldn't be like, it's not so super theatrical. I still think it would be fun, but at the same time, it's like, it's clearly it's a brand, it's an entity, and I don't know that we would be able to just go and put on a show. You know, there's like people who make the show, we'd have to get clearance and, you know, so. I'd be a cute one act though. You would, yeah. I've always kind of wanted to do a Sailor Moon. There's a musical called Sailor Moon. Really? Yeah, and I think that would be fun, because everyone's coming back, maybe, you know, maybe put together something. They had a stage show in Japan. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Thanks for the question. Thank you.
I'm not sure if you've watched the sub versions, but what is your opinion of the Japanese voice actors who do the voices? How do you compare yourself to them? And have you ever met them or ever thought about meeting them?
I spoke to somebody on Twitter who I thought was Ritsu, but she was actually, wait, in Japanese on Twitter? She replied to me in English. But it was a Japanese. She was a Japanese voice actor. Oh my god, she played, not Nodoka. Who's the other teacher?
Sawako?
Yes, she played Sawako. And but she was basically like, I don't play Ritsu, I'm like Sawako. I was like, sorry. But I think they're all really talented, and that's where we draw a lot of our inspiration from, because we can hear the Japanese lines. Like, we hear them first in Japanese, so we try to match what they do. I admire the voice actress who plays Mugi, because she must have like the lung capacity of like a grand, large animal like a buffalo or something. It takes so much air to do that voice. It's like, I don't know how she does it. Pretty amazing. When we record, we get to preview the Japanese voice for each line, so we do get to hear it.
Oh.
I think the voice actress who does Yui does an incredible job. I think a lot of her like heart and her sincerity and innocence is like really captured in that, and that's like what I really draw from in terms of trying to create her character. But yeah, when I watch anime, sometimes I actually oftentimes prefer subtitles.
Well, thank you.
Besides the characters you play as in other animes, what is your favorite character from any other anime if you had to choose one?
I like Utena from Revolutionary Girl Utena. Mine is Sana from Kodomo no Omocha. Since I haven't watched a whole lot of anime, I'm going to say this is the very first anime I ever watched was Chobits, and I loved it so much. I have to say cheese. I did Leo in Yu-Gi-Oh, and I just love him. He has a heart of gold, and he tries so hard, and he's so goofy, and he was fun to play, and he was fun to watch too.
My favorite characters would have to be Rei and Kaoru from Evangelion. I know it's super emo town series, but it's awesome. I love the old school representation here of like Kodocha.
Thank you.
You said that you developed a lot of camaraderie between the five of you during this series. Has that kind of camaraderie developed in other series or in other work that you've done?
When we were doing the Nanoha and Familiar Zero dubs, we did it with a lot of new actors. And I kind of met a couple of them before through anime TV and stuff. We met that way too. And I guess, I don't know what happened, but we just kind of, we really developed friendship like just like a small group of voice actors. For some reason, like those shows really brought us together, like meeting each other outside the booth and just like kind of celebrating like our little victory, like we did it.
I never thought I'd hear someone say anime mistakes ever again, but that's okay. How do you like the group dynamics of the comedy in the series?
It makes me laugh out loud, like even in the booth. Sometimes I just can't record my line because I'll watch something that Ritsu does to Mio, and I'm just like, and Tony's like, all right, calm down. I think K-on's an interesting show because for those of you, the few who haven't seen it yet, it's hard to really say what it's about, or, usually if you're, let's say you're a screenwriter, right, and you're taking a screenwriting class or a playwriting class, they tell you in a scene, in a show, you have to have conflict. That's what drives the story, that's what makes you interested, it makes it interesting and what makes you interested in the story. I don't really see much conflict in K-on. There's no rivalry, there's no love interest, there's no all the things that you would kind of like stereotypically go to say that's what this story thing is about. but it's really just about a bunch of girls who become friends and start a band and their goofy adventures, and yet it's thoroughly entertaining and charming and really, really good, but it makes it hard to talk about it or explain to someone who hasn't seen it without just sounding like a complete, nerdy fangirl, because you just like, and then one time when Richie did this, and then you did that, that was really funny. And then when they went to things, I was like, and then they did this, and then like, but there's no real good way to kind of like pitch it, Yeah. But it is a really good show.
I like how the characters can mix with each other and still have a good comedy pairing, among each other.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. And so that's all the time that we have left. So thank you guys for coming.